Well, we're back in the mix at Sandhurst Lake. Back again to try and get some more scaly Sandhurst beauties. So, got 2 or 3 nights, which is a bit unusual for me. Normally I have a couple of nights, got 3. Maybe if I can swing it with Mrs B, 4 nights. Bloody hell, 4 nights, that's like an holiday, isn't it? So we're back again, and we're back in swim 11. And this is where, on my last blog, if you watched it, I had a couple of really nice fish. A nice common and a nice scaly old original Sandhurst mirror. So we changed it about a little bit this time. I'm fishing 2 pop-ups and a bottom bait. So the last time I was down, I had 1 on the bottom bait and 1 on the pop-up, white pop-up. Let's just check out the water temperature, because it's pretty nippy this morning, but the few days before have been like double figures, so I'm interested to see what the water temperature is going to be like. Let's check that out. Look, 8.2, which is madness really for this time of year. 8.2, that's really warm. That's almost like spring water temperature, but I reckon because we've got minus temperatures over the next couple of days, that's going to drop, so it'd be interesting to see. I've spotted out 20 spods, which is quite a lot for this time of year, but last time I was down, I spotted out 10 spods. 3 hours later I had a bite. Next day, spotted out another 10 spods. 3 hours later, had another bite. So it looks like they're getting on the feed out there, and I know a few of the other guys were fishing the last couple of weeks. They've been putting out quite a bit of bait, and they've been getting multiple catches. So we've gone all in, hell for leather, 20 spods, but I'm using a bit of a new mix. It's not a new mix, something I've used a lot over the years in the winter, and that's me chili hemp, me base, which is always my base for everything I do. They love the heat in the hemp, and chopped boilies, 12mm System X boilies as well, shelf life, and also I've added in there probably 50% groats. Now, groats are a really underrated mix for this time of year, for any time of year really, but for the winter. They look like maggots, and they give up a milky cloud into the area, attracting the fish down your spot. So I've got some of that in there as well, and it gives a real gloopy, heavy, it sinks right at the bottom mix. And I've done well on that before over the years in the winter. So there we are, me and the carp dog. He's down for a few days with me as well. I didn't leave him indoors this time. Mrs B was a bit tearful to see him go, but you know, there's either that or stay indoors on his own. So the old carp dog's out with me, and that's where we're at. 3 rods out there, swim 11, 21 wraps. If you ever fish this swim at the moment, it's the spots changed, don't they? It's 21 wraps, nice and clear out there, and we're hoping to get a bite or a couple hopefully over the next three days. So that's where we're at, and I'll catch up with you soon. Well, a little update for you. It's put them 20 spods out, and I've had a double take. Crazy. 2 hours later, double take, 1 on the bottom bait, 1 on the pop up, 23, absolute beautiful looking mirror, and then a scraper 20, scaly, well, awesome fish, you know, just typical Sandhurst scaly beast. Couldn't believe it. So I just put another 10 spods out, and going to see what happens. They just seem to be having it. You know, we're going to get a cold couple of days now, but that's just madness, isn't it? You know, 20 spods, that's a lot of bait out there, and 2 bites, a double take. As I'm playing one, the other one's going. 2 fish in the net at the same time, so I've had to go back to the van and get another net. So I've got 2 nets set up all the time now. Schoolboy error that was, wasn't it? Blimey, Mrs B will be getting a portion when I get home. Bloody hell, I tell you, it's it's looking rather good. Pressure's off, and hopefully by the time you're watching this, I would have done my little video on my bottom bait rig, so you can see. Hopefully it'll be up there, so you can see how I tie the bottom bait rig. Which you know, if that helps you, all good and well. Take something from it. It's not rocket science. It's just a simple bottom bait rig, but it works for me. So I'll get back to you when I've got some more news. You know, that might be it. Might be blanking my arse off now for the next couple of nights, but I've still got 3 nights left. I've only been here 3 hours. It's madness, isn't it? So we'll catch up again soon. Well, freezing, absolutely freezing cold night last night. -2. Look, even even the water bucket. Even my water bucket was frozen solid. Still is. It's 11 o'clock in the day and the water bucket's still frozen. Also me mat. Look at that, look. Me mat is frozen solid as well still. But the good news is, just before dark, I had a cracking £27 mirror. Absolutely made up. You know, 3 bites. Again, sticking in 10 spods. And I get a bite straight away. Well, a couple of hours later, 10 spods again. So I've redone the rods this morning. Even the buzzers were frozen this morning. Redone them. And I've stuck out another 10 spods. So, you know, let's see if that theory is working. Even though it's -2 last night, water temperature's only down to 7.1 degrees. So it's still warm out there. It's still feeding, I reckon. So we're going to see what happens. See if the theory of putting lots of bait out, you get a bite within a few hours. So let's see what happens. Well, guys, I thought I'd give you a little update on what's been happening today. Very little, in fact. Really quiet day. I mean, I sort of edged my bets by putting in another 10 spods this morning because of putting in 20 spods the day before and getting like 3 bites, well sorry, 2 bites, a double take, and then putting another 10 spods in and then getting that fish yesterday just before dark. I thought I'd do the same, but you know, I just put 10 spods in this morning, recast all 3 rods, 2 white pop-ups, washed out white pop-ups, and a bottom bait, standard bottom bait, tipped with a little bit of corn. And I thought I was on for another bite, but thinking about it, it was -2 last night. Absolutely freezing it was. The old Coleman really came into its own last night and this morning. I tell you, it's you know, they're the king of stoves, aren't they? So we've got tonight, and then we've got another 2 nights after that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this video into 2 parts. So you've got part 1 and then part 2. So stay tuned for part 2, which I'll publish soon. But if you haven't subscribed, then please subscribe to my channel down there. Just hit that button down there, and that will subscribe you to my channel, so you get all these videos straight to your inbox, or it come up on your phone or whatever. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in part 2.